Hi, I'm Emma. I'm a holistic health coach and a certified gluten-free practitioner, and I thought today I would talk to you about children and going back to school. Yay! So both our youngest have gone back to school this week, and of course you then have the dreaded lunch boxes. What do we put in them? It can be difficult at the best of times, even without a restrictive eater. But if you add on all the restrictions that sometimes the school has as well, on top of your own restrictions, it can be really difficult. My children attend a no-nut school. That's no nuts, no chocolate, because chocolate can contain nuts. And of course, on top of that, my children are gluten-free and dairy-free. And a lot of my home baking contains nuts. It contains almond flour. I like to use it in my cakes because it keeps the cakes moist, and I prefer it, and so do the children. So I've had to adapt for the school lunches and take out the nuts for just the lunches. So what do my children take to school? The eldest is a lot easier. He has been gluten and dairy free for up to 6 years now, and he is more than capable of making his own lunches. He will have homemade sausage rolls. He will normally have a salad with some fruit or vegetables dropped in, perhaps a dip and fresh fruit. And then he will have some sort of cake or biscuit alongside it. He can also take wraps, bread. He may have savoury waffles. He may have last night's dinner that he's requested, so the chicken curry from the previous night, or the chili con carne, or the egg fried rice. We tend to discuss it the previous night with both the kids on what do they want to take to school. The youngest, when he was first diagnosed, I was dreading. Already a picky eater, I thought, this is going to be a nightmare. However, he went gluten-free and his picky eating has subsided. He is trying more fruit. He will openly tell you yuck if he doesn't like it, but he will also try it again a few weeks later or a month later. So he's getting used to trying new items. So we have an agreement. He has to have a piece of fruit. He has to have a piece of vegetable in his lunchbox. He can also have a treat, so it can be a biscuit, a piece of cake, it can be a fruit roll-up, it can be a few chips. And then he will have some sort of bread item, that's his preferred. So a wrap, or a sandwich, or a savoury waffle, or perhaps an apple or banana pancake. That's what my children take to school. The class teacher is aware that they have food intolerances, and of course the children are aware. So when it comes to birthdays and items that are given out in class, they will normally gladly accept them. They won't make an issue of it. They'll bring them home, and they know Mummy has a stash of alternatives for them to have when they get home. Daddy is not gluten and dairy free, so he's quite happy to accept the birthday cakes or the treats that come home, which the youngest can't have. If I'm worried about them going to a friend's house, I will just put a note on the WhatsApp chat, or I will put a note in his lunchbox, or I will take extra snacks and put them in his bag for when he goes on round to somebody else's house, and I will just make that parent aware. I also have a little card that says what his favourite treats are if they wish to get them in themselves. School lunches, I'm not concerned at the moment that he will swap his lunches. We live in Hong Kong and the restrictions are still quite tight when it comes to the virus that's been in the world. COVID has affected us for a longer period of time than I think it has the rest of the world. Our children have to sit separately at lunchtime. They have their own table and chairs, and they have to eat on their own. And then they close their lunch boxes, and then they can go out and play together. They still wear masks in the classroom. So he has no opportunities to swap his snack or his lunch box because they do still have to eat alone. Having seen him on social activities, he is very good at being verbal and saying, I'm sorry, I can't eat that, but thank you for offering it to me. So I'm very sure that my children are okay at eating gluten and dairy free. I've also tried to teach them a little bit of what I know in a non-scary, I hope, way, in that if gluten makes you sick, why would you want to put that into your body? You know, mummy can make alternatives for you. If there's something you really miss, you tell mummy and I will make it for you, which is what I do. I don't know if you saw his donut birthday cake that he had for his 6th birthday. He loved it. His friends love it. I still get requests for those donuts. Epic cake, epic recipe. Go online and check it out. The eldest loves brownies. I've got some great brownie recipes online as well. One with sweet potato. You check it out. It's fantastic. So my children know I will try and replicate their recipes that they miss. So I'm quite happy that my children have quite strong willpowers and they will not cheat. They don't want to make themselves ill. They also know mummy has health issues because I was not diagnosed. Early on, it took me a while to be diagnosed. And as a result, I have several autoimmune issues as well as celiac. I have lupus, I have Raynaud's, I have Sjogren's, which I manage now on a gluten and dairy-free diet, along with other holistic methods that I've learned as a health coach and a certified gluten-free practitioner. So I try to empower my children with the knowledge that I have. I try to teach them, and we all slip up. We all get glutened occasionally, and all we can do when that happens is take the medicine to take the pain away, flush our system out with plenty of water, hydrate, and really put all the goodness back in for the next 24, 48 hours. Lots of fruit, lots of vegetables. Go back to basics of fruit, vegetable, meat, and really nourish yourselves for 24 to 48 hours. And remember, although gluten may affect you you may have an immediate reaction, or it may be up to 48 hours that you feel sick. I don't know, it's all individual. I don't know what it is for you, but your body is then heightened. Your immune system is now on alert for gluten, and that alertness stays with you for up to 3 months. So it's not worth cheating on this diet. It's not worth having that occasional treat because it's somebody's birthday or it's a celebration, because it affects our body for up to 3 months afterwards. We may not be aware of it, we may not feel the effects, but as I try and teach my kids, your body is aware of it. Your body is feeling the effects. And I don't want them to be as sick as I am. I don't want them to have the autoimmune conditions when they're older. I manage them, but I would rather they didn't have it. I'm hoping to post some pictures of their lunch boxes soon on my feed or online. It's so busy in the mornings. I've put a note on the kitchen to remind me to take photos of their lunch boxes, and I've still forgotten. So apologies. I know some of you have PM'd me and asked me for ideas and for photos of what I put in my kids' lunch boxes. I'm trying to remember, but the only thing I remember in the morning is I need to get the children out to school on time. So bear with us on that one. I hope you've enjoyed this information. I'm loving your feedback and I'm loving your messages, and it's great to hear from you. Let me know if you want me to talk about anything else. I've got so much information I could share with you guys about tests or antibiotics and how to heal yourself afterwards. Gluten, how else can we heal ourselves other than going on a gluten-free diet? There's so much more that we should all be doing This is why I'm a health coach. I'm passionate. There's some small changes we can make in our lives that make a powerfully huge difference. So it's great to hear from you guys. Please continue to send me messages, and I hope you're all having a great day. Bye.